Do you know someone who wants to get fit and they every time they try doing exercise, they do it for few days, few weeks, and then they again come back to their original habits. So in today's video, we'll be covering 6 steps where you can make exercise a lifelong habit, which will be fun to do. Yeah, so let's get started with the video. Brain will reward any activity if it is pleasurable. So if any activity is pleasurable, and then the brain will be releasing 2 hormones, serotonin and dopamine. So these are all hormones which are the happy hormones. So the neurotransmitters get activated and these hormones are going to be releasing in our body, and that's how you feel great. Have you felt that before the exercise you really didn't wanted to do the exercise because you didn't feel that day to do exercise, but after that exercise of a half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, you felt great because the hormones, happy hormones were released in your body and you were feeling absolutely fantastic, right? So how do you make exercise as a lifelong habit? So let's get started with the step 1 to making exercise as a lifelong habit. Step 1, reward yourself. So when I say reward yourself, is not to buy you expensive stuff and break your buck. It's about small things which will encourage you to keep on going. Let's take example, like you set yourself that if you are consistent for entire 1 week, then you will be treating yourself. So how do you treat yourself? It's not about having too much of food that day. That's not the key here. It's something like, let's suppose you want to buy a sportswear, okay? Sportswear where you feel much more energetic and you look forward to that next exercise. So that can be one of your trigger point. Or buying a new skipping rope, okay? Or a new dumbbell, or some kind of, or if you have been working out for a long time, a new yoga mat. Yeah, so these can be some of the rewards which you can give to yourself so that you are excited to go for the next exercise. So first step is reward yourself. Step number 2, very simple, but most of people don't do this. Schedule your workout. Okay, schedule your workout. So do you know tomorrow what time you're gonna do the workout? And which workout are you gonna do? Is it a leg workout? Is it a upper body workout? Is it a core workout? What you gonna do? Is it a push workout, pull workout? What you gonna do? If you're not clear at what time and what exercise you're gonna do, what kind of workout you're gonna do, then you're not scheduled, you're not planned your workout. So if you don't schedule it, it doesn't happen. As simple as that. So the key here is just take a pen and paper, or in your digital notes or in a calendar, just block a spot. Okay, right now I'm serious. So you can just pause the video right now if you're seeing on YouTube or Facebook, and just block a time slot where you will be working out. So my time spot is usually around 7:30 to 8:30 in the evening. That is my time spot I will be working out. You might be a morning person, either it is a 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, what time you're gonna work out. Or is it a evening person? You are having time in the evening after your office hours or after your business hours, you can just get into the workout. So just plan that half an hour to 45 minutes to 1 hour and just do that. Step number 3 is skill goal. So you might have seen a lot of people saying about, okay, have a goal about how much weight you will reduce. All these things is good, but along with that you should have a skill goal. What do I mean? Let's suppose to make your workout exciting, you should be having something to look forward, something to learn. You should be on a journey, learning journey. So I've been in a journey of learning pistol squat. Okay, pistol squat, it's a quite difficult one where you'll be squatting all the way down on a single leg. Yeah, so For me, initially there are steps to learn pistol squat. Once I understood the steps, then it was me going into step 1, step 2, step 3 and increasing my strength in my legs so that I eventually hit that pistol squat. Okay, for you it might be doing a proper push-up. If you are right now doing a knee push-up, your next skill level might be a full range of motion push-up. The next level to that is a clap push-up. Next level to that is probably you will be doing a single leg push-up, yeah, inclined push-up. These all will be the kind of levels you can go forward and you can do the push-up, right? So you have a skill into mind. Okay, so if you are thinking about chin-ups, okay, so that can be one of the skill. So just figure out what is that next skill you want to master, and that way you can definitely achieve your skill, and that will make your workout much more exciting because you're heading towards somewhere. Yeah, so going on to the step number 4, mindset. Step number 4 is mindset. So from a mindset of I need to lose this much weight, or I need to look good, or I need to fit into this dress, where it is more of you putting pressure on yourself. Instead, you can change your mindset of how healthy I'll be feeling if I do the exercise, or what would be the like I'll not be having any pain in my body, no lower back pain, no any kind of nagging injuries. I'll be feeling fit. So these are empowering feelings. And the other one, I need to lose weight, where you are putting yourself into a depressed state instead of feeling great. I am feeling great, I'm feeling fit, I'm feeling more healthier. These can be, you can change your mindset from putting pressure on yourself, instead having a positive mindset, and you look forward for that exercise. So mindset is one such thing, and I want you to start implementing these steps from tomorrow. Okay, it's not some theory, it's about you implementing. Then only these videos, whatever your time you're putting in watching my video, it will be helpful. Or else it's just like any other thing, you'll see and go. It's just like listening to from one ear and taking it from other. It is not going to help. So what you do is, instead of putting only a goal or outcome based thing, you also put in, you change your mindset in terms of the experience, how you feel, right? So going on to step number 5. This is one of the next level where you will be excited to come to the workout. This is the next level step where you start journaling. Okay, you start journaling your workouts, you start journaling your experiences, you start journaling about how you are feeling on a day-to-day basis. That will be taking your journey in fitness, making exercise and fitness as a habit, not just a regime, or not just that for 2 months or starting off the year in January you are all pumped up that you want to lose weight, and after a few days it's all gone. So instead, start journaling and start writing down what is your emotional quotient. Okay, when we talk about fitness, it's not just physical fitness, it's also mental fitness. How are you feeling? Okay, what is emotions you are running? Because through emotions, lot of hormones are getting up and down. I see a lot of my students, they are really struggling in terms of their mindset, in terms of their hormones, and they end up with lot many kind of issues, maybe a PCOD, maybe PCOS. It might be multiple types of hormones which they will be suffering with sleep, they will be suffering with depression. These all will come. Maybe they are doing all the exercise, they are doing all, maybe following a proper diet also, but due to a stress level, increased stress level, their hormones are getting out of the whack, and that is being the reason of being unhealthy. So develop a journaling practice and start having that gratitude mindset. So what do I mean? So when you journal your day, in that in that journaling, you put that journaling practice, then write down few things which you are grateful for that day. Okay, so let's take example. Today I woke up at around 6 o'clock today morning, and I worked out with my team, with my community here, and later on I was very productive at work, so I'm grateful that I was productive at work. That's one of the things. Then later on in the evening, I had a great call with my accountability buddies, so I'm grateful for them. They gave me some inputs where I can improve myself. That's again I'm grateful for them. And evening we had a dinner, myself and my wife, so we had a good time. We spoke about few things, and I'm grateful for that. So become grateful, start putting that grateful stuff. Now you might be thinking, okay, he's talking about fitness and making exercise as a lifelong habit. What it has to do with your journaling? Journaling, you will be putting your entire day. That will when you put across whether it is a good or bad which has happened in the entire day, you put a perspective to that. It's not just incidents, you have a perspective to say to that. And when you sit and calmly start thinking about any incidents, you can learn something. Or else when you are always in a hurry and trying to judge something, you will not be able to identify it, whether it is good, bad, what you can learn. There is no you won't learn certain things, right? So start journaling, and that will give you a perspective, and that will start changing certain things, and you know where you're failing at it and where you're doing good. And wherever you're doing good, keep on doing that. And wherever you are not that doing good, try to learn from somebody or try to learn from your own experience and start doing that. So these are the 5 steps, and let us go with the 6th step. So this one is very interesting. The 6th step is find out a workout buddy or community. Yes, so a lot of studies have really showed that individuals who worked out in a group, in a community, and with a buddy, they were having more chances to become very regular to the workout, being more consistent compared to an individual. So if you have seen that a lot of people quit the gyms, a lot of people quit any workout regimes. Why? Maybe they didn't get that kind of community. So in my community here, Tej Fitness community, so we have all people who are encouraging each other, who are supporting each other, who are high-fiving, who are sharing their wins, their losses, and learning from each other. So if there is some kind of great accountability, and you can say that this person I can trust, so that's a great community to be in, and you can become more consistent in your workouts. So that's how become a part of community. So if you want to become a part of my community, then you go into tejfitness.co/bootcamp. So this bootcamp I run every month, and the next bootcamp will be starting in July. But you can become a part of the June bootcamp. We are right now on 9th of June as of today. So if you'd like to become a part of June bootcamp, then go into tejfitness.co/bootcamp and see the testimonials there. What do we do? And if you want to get 3 days of free bootcamp live sessions, then I'll be leaving a link into the description. Go into there and just enjoy the 3 days of free live workouts. So these will be going on live on Zoom, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon, so that I keep on putting at least 3-4 videos in a week, so that you get content related to fitness, mindset, and nutrition. So these are the 3 topics which I'm expert at, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.